There are moments in Jesus' teachings that make us shift uncomfortably in our seats. This is one of them, not because it is unclear, but because it is too clear. Jesus said in different forms and stories something we do not like to hear. People who do not even believe in God sometimes think further ahead than people who say they live for God. Welcome to the Sebcast, home of the #1 network for your life. Here we turn our beloved stories on their heads, look at what history may have overlooked, and discover together how Jesus invites us into a bigger story right where we live, work, and play. It almost sounds unfair, but it is honest. In Matthew 25, Jesus told the parable of the talents, not about money, but about responsibility, not about how much you get, but about what you do with it. The tension in the story is not with the one with 5 or 2 talents, but with the one who kept everything safe. He did nothing wrong. He did not steal. He did not waste. He preserved. And yet Jesus said, that is not faithfulness, that is fear. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Faith that does not think ahead easily becomes self-preservation. And self-preservation looks a lot like wisdom until everything comes to a standstill. Jesus' criticism is never of people who have little. It is of people who risk nothing. That is why he can say that people of this world sometimes act more wisely. They understand momentum. They understand investment. They know that everything that does not move goes backwards. And that brings us back to money. Not because money is the most important, but because it is one of the few things that show whether we live with a future focus. At SA Congregation, we talk about the #1 network for your life because kingdom life is not just about believing right, but about living right. We help each other not only by asking questions like, is it safe, but also, is it faithful? Faithfulness is not passivity, it is participation. The irony is this. When believers only try to do nothing wrong, they sometimes miss the chance to do something right. Jesus' kingdom moves through people who are willing to invest time, energy, and resources in something they cannot fully control. It is risky. It is uncertain. It is faith. And maybe that is why Jesus' words sound so sharp, not to condemn, but to wake up, because a faith that does not think ahead will always fall behind. SA Congregation is a purpose greater than each of us in this country, a purpose that will still make an eternal difference long after us because of us. Until tomorrow, take care.